All right, we're live now. How's everybody?
Yeah, if you're live with us, please comment below, say hello, and say where you're from. We'd love to chat with you. Oh, somebody said hi.
Hi, Adriana. Hello, hello. All right. As more people come in, slowly filter in, we can get started.
Okay. So for this live, hi everyone. This is Gabby from Brain Education TV.
And this is Linda from Brain Education TV.
And so how is everybody feeling and doing these days? Society, I know. Society has been crazy and there's lots of changes, and we've been experiencing these changes in a way we never have before. So I bet a lot of people have a lot of weird feelings and emotions that they're having, like anxiety or depression or just like uncertainty about what's going on. So if there is one little upside to all of this, all of these weird feelings, it's probably that mental health and the importance of mental health are becoming more prominent. So people are really taking or starting to notice mental health. So people used to talk about mental health, but it wasn't this noticeable in our lives before. And that's exciting to me and Linda because this is something that we try to promote on Brain Education TV and try to spread a better message for, awareness about mental health.
Yes. So Adriana, I see your chat. Thank you so much for being proactive in the chat. And for other people who are here watching this session, please feel free to speak whatever you want in the chat. We want to connect with you. That's why Gabby and I do these live. So chat away. Yes. All right. So Adriana, you said you've been staying positive with COVID. That's great. But it's very hard for you to stay strong. I understand because there's strong forces in our society right now that contribute to fear, uncertainty, causes anxiety, definitely things like this where you might not be able to see hope beyond all of this chaos. All right. So before we get started on the topic, I just wanted to mention one really cool thing that we added on our live stream. It's called Super Chat. So I don't know if you guys go on other people's YouTube lives, but this Super Chat is something where you can send us a little love by donating a small amount to our channel. And you can see if you're on desktop where you type something in the chat box, there's a little icon that has a dollar sign. It's like a square icon that has a dollar sign. And all of your donations can help fund our videos. So if you enjoy our content, it helps fund those videos so we can keep creating helpful contents for you. And your donations will also help us reach more people who are in need of dealing with mental health. As Gabby mentioned, our channel's main focus is to give content and resources for people who are struggling with mental health, particularly young people, but we're not limiting it to young people because mental health spans every age range. So if you like our channel, if you want to support us, please consider leaving a super chat for us during this live. And for anyone who donates more than $25 in the super chat, Gabby and I will schedule a separate 15-minute one-on-one session with you on something more specific. So if you want to connect with us one-on-one on something that you're working on or something that you're worried about, something that's on your mind and you need some help and you want to connect with us, consider leaving a $25 or more super chat and we will connect with you separately one-on-one. All right, cool.
So let's get into the topic. So our topic today is anxiety. And we're very curious if in the chat, if you're interested, if anyone can share what they've experienced with anxiety before, or if you know people who've experienced this. So we'd love to hear your stories or experiences with anxiety. And don't be afraid to share because we believe that talking about it can inspire others and make you not feel alone in your struggles because way more people are struggling with this than you think, and especially during this global pandemic. So in this live, we will discuss some simple ways, and we have a whole routine for how to relieve anxiety based on what we know and teach, which is brain education principles and energy work. And for those who are new to this channel, don't really know what brain education is about yet, it's a holistic wellness method that involves a bunch of stretching and breathing and meditations. And it was created and developed by meditation expert Ilchi Lee. And with this method, he helps people tap into the full potential of their brain to help create their own health, happiness, and peace, and not be dependent on their environments and circumstances, which is a perfect thing that we all need at this time.
Right. I think what resonated with me the most when I first learned about brain education was just what you said, Gabby, about being able to create your own health, happiness, and peace, regardless of what's going on around you, especially if you grew up in a difficult family environment or you're surrounded by a lot of negativity and it's very hard to stay positive, hard to stay mentally strong. I think that's the real appeal of brain education. So, as you said, Gabby, it's really the perfect time to talk about something like this because, as you all know, the environment right now is not the best. There's a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of anger, a lot of hopelessness, a lot of confusion and chaos because we're experiencing something that we've never really experienced before, at least definitely in our lifetimes. Anybody who's alive in this age, I've talked to someone who's like past their 80s and they even told me, I've never seen something like this in my lifetime. So it's very easy for us during this time to fall into anxiousness and negative emotions and negative thinking when everything around us seems so bleak and seems so hopeless. And especially, I see, Adriana, you said that you meant to say that you were tested positive with COVID. And if you're in a situation like that, or if you know family or friends who tested positive for COVID, and if unfortunately some of the people that you know passed away from COVID, it's hard to stay positive. So, depending on how you use your brain, when you're surrounded by negativity, some people, they stay negative. When things around them are negative, they stay negative and they don't know how to get out of it. But other people are able to break through the negativity and change their brain to make something positive. So how can that be? How can we do that? That seems like a place that I want to be in.
Right, me too. So again, just from what you mentioned, if anyone has ever experienced anxiety or knows someone who has anxiety, can you type in the chat box below? And we're going to be asking questions often from this topic. So, we can answer any of your questions with this and give you the type of content you want to see. So please use the chat box often. And so going off of what Linda said, I wanted to share some statistics on anxiety that many of you might not know. So first, did you know that 40 million people in the US, that's 18%, experience an anxiety disorder in any given year? And according to the World Health Organization, 1 in 13 people globally suffer from anxiety.
Wow.
1 in 13 people all around the world experience anxiety and anxious thoughts.
Wow.
And something that I found was interesting is women are twice as likely to experience anxiety than men. So I thought that was an interesting statistic. And then in terms of the current pandemic, there were some studies done by the American Psychiatric Association on anxiety in America and how it changed because of the pandemic. So the studies found that 4 in 10 Americans have become anxious about becoming ill from the virus and the everything that's going on, but more people actually developed feelings of anxiety about the possibility of family or loved ones getting the virus. And it was about 62% of Americans. And then with anxiety, there were also record levels of people who also had trouble sleeping or started consuming more alcohol and substances because of their anxiety and during this pandemic. And 1 in 4 people said they had trouble concentrating on other things because they were so anxious about the pandemic. So overall, these statistics are so, crazy nowadays and so true because a lot of us are experiencing this. So that's why the numbers are so high.
Yeah, so if you guys have your own story with anxiety, or it doesn't have to be something that you experienced directly, but if you know somebody who, like Gabby mentioned, had trouble sleeping because of the anxiety about the virus, or just had anxiety or depression in their life in general, can you guys type in the chat box? Just say yes. If you know somebody, or if you yourself experienced anxiety and it was debilitating and you didn't know what to do. If you could just type yes, I just want to see how many of you are connected in some way to this topic of anxiety.
So
And
I
just,
saw
yeah.
wrote, how about public speaking anxiety? And yes, that's a big form of anxiety that many people have. And I admire people who don't get the jitters when they speak in public.
Public speaking anxiety is definitely an anxiety, for sure. Okay. All right. So please feel free to chat and leave your responses about anxiety. If you know somebody, or if you directly had an experience with anxiety, please feel free to chat. We would want to hear your stories, and we want to see where everybody's at. So don't be shy. We won't bite. If anything, we'll just give you a shout out on the channel. Okay, so because you all are here to learn about some anxiety relief tips, we gave you some principles and ways to understand anxiety a little bit better. So if I'm going to explain anxiety a little bit better, because usually, when you're in an anxious state, I think what kind of cycles more anxiety is the fact that you're anxious about being anxious. If that makes sense, you're feeling anxiety, but you don't know what to do. It seems out of control. You seem like you're stuck there and you don't know how to get yourself out, which causes more anxiety about your situation. And then anxiety about, oh my God, what if this happens again? I don't know what to do. I don't want to feel like this over and over again. So let me give you a fact, a tip on how to better understand your anxiety and how to better control your anxiety when it comes up. And then after I explain this, we'll go through some exercises to give you concrete tools of what to do when you're in an anxiety attack or when you're in a situation, Jessica, like public speaking. You can practice these exercises to help you relieve anxiety. Okay, so anxiety from a scientifically speaking perspective, because I like science, I like logic. I'm a very logical minded person. Even though on our channel we talk about spirituality and energy, I'm a very logical minded person who likes facts. So I like giving you facts based on science. So scientifically speaking, when we're experiencing anxiety, our anxiety is connected to our brainwave activity. So when you're in an anxious state, your brain waves that typically are like this, when you're just calm and relaxed, they go like this, which is why you feel jittery, because your brain is going like this, up and down, up and down, up and down. And when your brain waves are going up and down like this, something chemically happens to your body that applies to everybody, regardless of age, gender, nationality, religion, any type of income, background, regardless of all of those things, something chemically happens to your body when your brain waves go like this. Can you guess what that is? Your breathing becomes fast and shallow. And I'm sure you have all experienced this. When you're standing in front of a large crowd, getting ready to give a speech, and you have that anxious, nervous feeling, how are you breathing?
And your heart's beating fast.
Right. Like it's going to pound out of your chest, right? And maybe you're not breathing that bad, like this, but some variation of that. It's fast and shallow. And this is a chemical reaction that happens to anybody who is experiencing anxiety. So on the other hand, people who are relaxed, when you're in a relaxed, calm state, when your brain waves are not like this, but now they're like this, something chemically also happens to your body when your brain waves are relaxed like this. What happens? Again, your breathing goes like your brain waves. Long, slow, and deep. So think about that. So if one causes the other, if fast brain waves cause fast breathing and slow brain waves cause slow breathing, do you see a correlation here? And your fast brain waves cause your state of anxiety, slow brain waves cause a state of relaxation. I see a little chain of domino effects that cause each other. So people don't know that when you learn how to control one of these things, it affects change in the other. So, but most people, when they're anxious, they try to do what? They try to control their mind. They try to tell themselves, okay, Linda, you have to give a speech right now. You have to calm down. Calm down, Linda. Calm down. Calm down. You try to do this, right? When you're anxious?
Right.
Yes. But is it easy or hard to try to mind control your way out of anxiety?
So hard.
So hard. We've all done it. We've all been in situations where we try to talk ourselves out of anxiety, but it doesn't work. Maybe you get a slight bit of relief, but it doesn't work. Who here has tried that? Who here has tried mind controlling your way out of anxiety? I know I have too, but it didn't work. Can you type yes? And John, I see your chats. Will address them in a little bit after I make this train of thought. Yes. So mind controlling your way, trying to control your brain waves to be quiet is very difficult. So then let's try something else. What about this breathing that is also affected by your anxiety level? Is it easy or difficult to try to manage your breathing from to that's much easier, right? Of course, if you're very blocked, that itself is difficult too, but it's easier, everybody, no matter what state you're in, it's easier to control your breathing rather than to talk yourself out of anxiety. So that is a hack. That is a big trick that not many people know about unless you study energy, unless you study breathing, unless you study brain education. So breathing is the direct master key hack to changing your state of mind. Changing your state of mind, changing your brain waves from this to like this. You can do it chemically, scientifically, with your breath. And that is what we will show you during this live session. Okay, so Gabby, can you read some of the chats we have here before we go to the exercises?
Yes. So John said yes about anxiety in general. And Jessica said, yes, my mom is way more anxious and she passes it on to me. That could happen.
Definitely.
John says, I've learned that even thinking negatively about anxiety, about life, actually creates the release of stress hormones and negatively impacts your body and brain. 100%. It's all connected to your hormone production, and that's all in your gut. So it's actually even connected to your gut health and all these things that we can, talk about and get into. And then John also said, the brain does not discriminate between an actual experience versus simply the thoughts or beliefs about a potential experience or outcome. So.
That is true. So that's why some dreams so real. And sometimes people wake up like crying from a dream because they thought it was real.
Right.
Yes. Okay, and I love how Jessica and GGLZZC said yes and me to people who try to mind control their way out of anxiety.
Yes. And then John said breath work and visualizations definitely help. Yes. So that's what we'll experience right now.
Yes. All right. So I'm going to do a little circuit routine for you to exercise during an anxiety attack. And these exercises are meant to help regulate your breathing, help bring your brain waves down to a calm state so that you can be free from anxiety. Technically speaking, brain waves are slow. You cannot feel anxious. Just like how chemically speaking, if there are no clouds in the sky, there cannot be rain because clouds carry rain, right? So just like that, if your brain waves are slow and long, you cannot, even if you wanted to, experience anxiety. So changing your brain waves like this is what we will experience. All right, so first, so I will guide the demonstration, and then you can follow along to what Gabby is doing because she will model about how you should do it. And then I'm just gonna guide her through the voice, guide you guys through the voice so you guys can practice this together. If you're not yet in a place where you can at least kind of like move this much, or meditate or get into a quiet place, please move to somewhere where you can focus a little bit better on yourself. It doesn't have to be completely quiet, but just a little place where you can have your own space would be nice. Yeah, but if you don't, that's okay. Just follow along to the best of your abilities. Okay. All right. So first, we were going to do something called chest tapping. Chest tapping, why? Because we carry a lot of stress in here, especially if you're anxious and nervous. Your chest might feel tight often. So let's break up the blockage that we might be having in our chest. So we're going to first use our palms. So when you use your palms, you want to cup them slightly so they're not totally straight. Cup them slightly. Relax your wrists and tap the middle of your chest. Right here is where people feel tight, blocked when they're stressed. So like you're just dropping your hands down onto your chest. Tap the middle of your chest. So in between your nipples right here, right here, middle of your chest. We're all adults, so we can say nipples, right? All right, middle of your chest. And for here, relax your jaw, leave your jaw slightly open, and breathe out through your mouth like yes. So now if you've got this movement down, because we're not going to change for a little bit, if you got this movement down, please close your eyes. Close your eyes so you can focus on your body, so you can feel this happening in your chest. Tap the middle of your chest, closing your eyes. Let's tap for 1 minute, 60 seconds. 60 seconds, breathe out through your mouth, relax your jaw. When you clamp your jaw, it tenses your brain. When you open your jaw, it relaxes your brain. So that's another hack, giving a little room to breathe. When you feel your chest, this should feel like your chest. Dusting your chest, like your hands are feather dusters and you're dusting away the stress, the stagnant energy in your chest. 30 more seconds. You're doing great. Exhale. If you feel a lot of blockage, sigh out. Sighing is our body's natural way of releasing tension in our chest. It's a natural response. So use it to sigh. 15 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Now make your hands into a fist like this, and with your knuckles, tap your chest, but now tap all around your chest, your lungs, your heart. Here too, keep your wrists relaxed and just drop your hands onto your body. So it should feel effortless. Relaxing your whole body effortlessly. You don't have to be tight like this. You're not Tarzan, okay? Not like this. Yeah, like what Gabby's doing. Relaxed wrists, tapping deeply in. Here too, if you have the movement down, close your eyes so you can focus on your body. And same breathing. Keep your jaw open. Exhale out through your mouth. If you can feel a lot of stuffiness, sigh out. We'll tap here for 1 minute too. 1 minute. This is preparation work so that we can breathe deeper. Breathing deeper will cause your brain waves to quiet down naturally. 'Doing great. 30 more seconds. Keep feeling your chest. Keep your eyes closed. Feel your chest. You might feel, if you're very sensitive to your body's energy, you might feel your left side is more blocked, or your right side is more blocked, or your center is more blocked. Wherever you feel blocked, tap there for 30 seconds. 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Sweep down the middle of your chest. Sweep. If you're very sensitive to energy, even just by doing this, you can feel some kind of calmness, sleepiness maybe, or some clarity just by doing this. Now let's try to amplify that experience a little bit more. Next exercise, we're gonna do something called core tapping. Core tapping. The core center of your body is located 2 inches below your belly button. So this is my belly button, 2 inches below your belly button and 2 inches in. We're going to use tapping again. So bring your hands into a fist and using the pinky side, tap one spot, 2 inches below your navel, the same spot. So not like this. This is 2 different spots, same spot. Just light tapping is okay. The purpose of the tapping is to keep your energy grounded. Now, this is the important part. While you tap like this, close your eyes. And with your mind's eye, imagine the centermost part of your brain. Your brain has 3 layers. From the outside coming in, there's 3 layers. Imagine the centermost part of your brain. And from the centermost part of your brain, nerves come down your neck and spine like this. That part of your brain is called the brain stem. The brain stem is the part of your brain that is responsible for your, as John said, fight or flight response. When you're feeling anxious, your fight or flight response is going off like crazy, which makes that part of your brain tight and tense. So now this might not seem like a big problem, but when that part of your brain is tight and tense, it compromises your health. Why? Because your brainstem is in charge of regulating your life functions that you don't have to think about. Heart rate, breathing, hormone secretion, digestion. All of these things are controlled by your brainstem. So now as we tap here, we're going to visualize that brainstem. But after you visualize it, shake your head side to side like you're shaking your brainstem. You're not shaking the outside of your head. You're not shaking your scalp. You're shaking the inside, the brainstem. So imagine the innermost layer of your brain shaking side to side. And from your shaking, You are releasing tension there. That's the important part. Release tension from your brainstem as you shake. It doesn't have to be big. It can just be small movements, shaking side to side like you're breaking up something hard. Can you all feel your brainstem?
Yes.
Good. All right, let's just shake here for 1 minute. The important part is you keep your mind focused, your mind's eye focused on your brainstem, and shake your brainstem. So it should feel like your head is shaking because you are shaking your brainstem. Not I'm shaking my head just to shake my head. My head is shaking because I'm shaking my brainstem. Now for a cherry on top, as you shake your head side to side, keep your jaw open and exhale out through your mouth. Like whatever hard dust-like stagnant energy, toxic energy, heavy energy is inside of your brainstem, you are breathing it out, letting it out of your body through your exhale. 30 more seconds. You're doing great. Feel your brainstem for 30 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Rest your hands on your knees. Keep your eyes closed and just feel your body for a little bit. If you're sensitive to energy, by now you can feel something in your brain has become quieter, more relaxed, more centered and grounded. If you can feel this wherever you are, just say quietly out loud to yourself, yes.
Yes.
Good. So if you're sensitive to energy, even from here, you can see the progression of your brain quieting down, brain waves slowing down as you do one exercise every time. If you still don't feel it yet, that's okay. We have a few more exercises. Now next, bring your palms up. We're going to tap our head. So bring your fingers up here, keeping your wrists relaxed. Just drop your fingers to your head. So it's the difference between this, not like this, just like this. You see how more natural and relaxed this looks? Yeah, like this. Yes, just like Abby, just like what she's doing. Tap. Now, when you can get this movement down, close your eyes, tap the top of your head, all around your scalp. If it hurts, you're doing a good job. Most people, they have pain in their scalp because their brain is tight, tension in their brain. If you feel pain, you're doing great. Breathe it out. Keep your jaw open. You see a trend here? Mouth open. Like this. Let's tap here for 1 minute. Find painful points along your scalp. It can be the top. It can be your temples. It can be the base of your skull. Anywhere is okay. Find that painful spot and tap. 30 more seconds. Make sure you're breathing and tapping. Keep your fingers and wrists relaxed. 10, 9, 8, 7, Make sure you're tapping all over your head. Release tension. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your arms down. Whoo. Can you feel some tingling now on your head?
Yes.
Good. If you feel tingling, that's energy moving, opening up blockages inside of your brain. Now for the grand finale, place your palms on top of each other, on top of your belly button. Bring your hands to your core. Energy is now gathering underneath your palms. If you're sensitive to energy, you will by now feel your brain is calmer, slower, more grounded, less cluttered. Now we will breathe a certain way to help you bring the brain waves down a little bit more. So watch Gabby breathe. Her hands are on her abdomen. She's going to take a deep breath in through her nose for a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Inflating your abdomen. Hold it there for 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And now exhale out through your mouth for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When your stomach is deflated, hold it there for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. That is 1 breath. We're going to do a repetition of 10 breaths like this. So again, breathing in through your nose, inflating your abdomen like it's a balloon. So it's really inflating like this. See how my belly is inflating? So breathe in for 3. Hold it at the top for 3. Before you exhale out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When your stomach is deflated, hold it here for 3. 1, 2, 3. And then you breathe in and you repeat the pattern. Okay? So if you are confused, watch Gabby and listen to the sound of my voice. All right? Let's do 10 breaths this way and you will really feel the direct connection between changing your breath and changing the state of your brain waves. All right, everyone close your eyes, hands on your abdomen. Breathe in through your nose. 1, 2, 3. Hold it. 1, 2, 3. Exhale through your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 3, 4, 5. Hold it. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Hold it. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Hold it. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let's keep going. We did 6 Now do 4 at your own pace with this breathing pattern. Breathe in for 3, hold it for 3, exhale for 5, hold it for 3. 4 times on your own. I see a question that Jessica says your breath only goes into the lungs, you don't feel it in your abdomen. That's okay. Just do your best. Each breath, try to push it down a little bit more. Even if it's right here, try to push it down a little bit more and exhale. And it also helps to sit tall. Don't slouch like this. Sit tall. Just do your best. All right, 4 more breaths, everybody. If you need help, I'll count for you, but if you want to do it at your own pace, that's okay. Okay, breathe in. 1, 2, 3. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. 2, 3. Hold it. 3, 2. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in. 2, 3. Hold it. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more. Hold it. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in. 2, 3. Hold it. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Hold it. 1, 2, 3. Last one. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3. Hold it. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stay here. Now breathe naturally. Keep your eyes closed, hands on your abdomen. Feel your body. If you breathe very well, you can feel your brain is a lot emptier. Emptier in a good way. Less cluttered, quieter, more grounded, centered, peaceful, relaxed. And if you're very relaxed, you will feel no thoughts. If you can feel this, any of these states, notice what you feel in your body now. If you can feel a difference between when you started and now, just gently, wherever you are, say yes to yourself. Yes.
Yes.
Good. Okay, everyone, slowly open your eyes. Can you all come back to the chat? And I'm curious to hear what you felt. Tingling, heat, anything, calmness. Hannah says, oh, before Hannah, Gigi, LZZC. I'm just gonna call you Gigi, okay? Gigi. Gigi says, my body feels much lighter. I feel so relaxed. Yes, great. Hannah, love this, helps me so much. Great. Jessica, if you can't feel the breath down past your lungs, do more of the chest tapping. That means you still hold a lot of stagnant energy here. It's blocked. That's why it's not going down. So chest tapping is essential for you to open this up before you can breathe down. Okay. Hi, Jay Strong. All right. So can you guys all type in the chat box what you felt before and after you did these exercises? So as you guys type, Gabby will read the comments later, but I'm just going to keep talking. Okay. So this here is actually a routine that you can practice whenever you feel anxiety. So I know I added some explanation in there, so it took a little bit longer, but actually all of this should take about 10 minutes So chest tapping, we did with the palms 1 minute. So Gabby can write this down as a routine. So chest tapping for 1 minute with the palms, and then 1 minute with the fist, and then core tapping 2 minutes, shaking your brainstem, and then tapping your head with your fingers for 1 minute, and then breathing, belly breathing for 10 breaths. Inhale for 3, hold for 3, exhale for 5, hold for 3. Yeah. But if this 10-minute routine is still too long and you don't have time for a whole 10-minute thing, you can just pick one exercise, one of these exercises, and do just a minute of it. Like Jessica, you said you feel your breath doesn't go down to your lungs. Focus on doing the chest tapping like this. Pick one and do something, because doing one thing is better than feeling overwhelmed and wanting to do it perfectly and then just saying, F it all, I don't have time. So I'm not even gonna try, I'm just not gonna do it. Just doing one is better than that. So whichever one that you like the most, the one that your body liked the most, just do that one. And I wanna hear, what's the favorite exercise that out of all the things that we did, what's your favorite one that your body liked the most?
So some more comments. Jessica says, my mind feels lighter and empty. That's great. And then Gigi says, I realized my muscles were so tense until doing the exercises and they relaxed completely. Yes, that's common. Most people aren't even aware that they're like, they sit like this with their shoulders tensed up or their chest really blocked. So these exercises can really help. And I wanted to share a little, like I felt all my mental activity just went down to more in my abdomen. So I just felt like the energy go down, and there wasn't like all, like you explained, the brain waves, they just like calmed down, and I feel so relaxed right now. So yeah, I love these exercises too. And so I wanted to show everybody my on the channel. So I'm going to share my screen really quickly. All right, 1 second.
Yeah, hang tight. But as Gabby is sharing her screen, I just wanted to mention one thing that Gigi said. So yes, now you can see directly the correlation between tension, breathing, and brainwave. So just like you experienced, Gigi, when you quiet the brain, you can feel your muscles relaxing too. So it's a chemical reaction that happens to everyone. So it's a big hack. It's a big secret that you guys are hearing it exclusively on Brain Education TV.
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead, Gabby.
Yes, so I'm sharing my screen because I just wanted to show our channel and show what we have on the channel in case not everybody really knows what we offer fully. So if you're on our main channel page and you scroll down to 10-minute daily routines, we have so many videos and on different types of symptoms like overthinking, anxiety, weight loss, depression, so many for like vertigo, chest congestion, all these types of different symptoms that are just simple 10-minute routines that you could do every single day. So I just wanted to share that with everyone. If you're new to this channel and don't really know about all our playlists and what we have, this is our 10-minute daily routine, has these specific symptom-based exercises for you. So, and then this live will be available in our vlogs playlist, so you can rewatch it again if you'd like and do these exercises. But yes, just wanted to share with everyone where you can find this playlist.
Yes, great.
And another thing I wanted to mention was we're both wearing our Take Back Your Brain t-shirts today. And don't they look so great? And so I think these shirts are so cool because they're definitely a conversation starter. If you go to like a Starbucks or anywhere, you know, people are like, what does that mean? So I think these are cool. And so they also support Brain Education TV and the message and the whole mental health movement that we're trying to do. So get your t-shirts. They're available on braineducationtv.com/shop. And we ship them all over. So yep, just get your t-shirts and then you could wear them with us on our next live.
Yes. And then before you guys go, I just wanted to mention one last time that if you appreciated the exercise that we shared, if you found some relief, if you find our content valuable and you want to support our channel and fund the content that we create, because yes, we provide these videos for free, but it's not free to run the channel. And we do have expenses too. So if you want to support us, then you could leave us a super chat here. It's under where you type for the chat. It's a square box that has a little dollar sign. It says show your support for Brain Education TV. We would really appreciate that support. And if you support us for over $25, then we'll connect with you one-on-one to do like a little mini private session for 15 minutes on a topic that you're struggling with. So just like we shared exercises here, we can share another routine or another exercise, or just listen to if you need someone to talk to, or just listen to what you have to say, anything like that. Connect with you one-on-one if you leave a super chat of more than $25. So before we close this live, does anyone have any last questions or comments that they want to share before we close out? Did you guys enjoy the content?
I did. Well, I also wanted to mention if you have any type of symptom you'd like to make. So people always comment on our videos, like make something about like anxiety or, you know, memory or dizziness or things like that. So then we create those for you guys. So you could either comment on a video or email us at braineducationtv@gmail.com and we can create these videos for you.
Great. All right, awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us here, and please keep supporting our channel. And we hope that our content is useful to you and helps you during these crazy times. We do at least one live every month, so stay tuned for our September one. We will decide a topic later, but we'll keep you all informed.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye.